No, that's not how they're going to win. Nope, it's not how it's going to go down. Now, good morning, everybody. Let's get into it. I decided to do it live so we can go through the motions to show you exactly what the Boston Celtics need to do to beat LeBron James. Because it ain't about the Cavs. It's about LeBron James and the system. Now, as I told you, they were going to do, hold on. Got to get my throat ready for speaking. Now, that's right. Boston all day, baby. Arcina. See that? Right there under that gun. Pow. Tearing up the shirt. I got to pull it down so you can see it. That's right. Boop, boop. Step back. I know he got the block, but I'm cooler with the shooter. Now, here's the thing. Last time you remember them really playing, Boston Celtics, they had just made the trade and got all the new players in. So it's the day after the deadline trade, and all these players just got on the team. So they didn't even scout them really. And every time one of the new guys made a shot, LeBron was doing all that silliness. Now he ain't doing that no more. Because he don't even like them dudes no more. So now, here's the thing. Here's the situation, and here's how they're going to run the offense. Cleveland is going to attack, and they want to get them in transition. And their whole plan is to have LeBron do a switch where he gets Big Al Horford on him. And he wants to drive on Big Al. The reason why he wants to drive on Big Al, because Big Al is the biggest problem they got on the court. See, when Big Al comes like up the lane, he can do so much, and especially on defense. He's a greater threat on offense. But defense, they want to get as many fouls on Big Al as possible to take him out of the game. That's going to create dysfunction within Boston. When Big Al out of the game, they have a hard time guarding the inside post, which Cleveland don't really play that much anyway, but they have a hard time keeping LeBron and anybody coming out of the paint, like Kevin Love and things like that. They have a hard time battling in there. Here is what my money's already up, chump. Keep talking back. Now, here's the case. You want to talk about what Boston's going to do? What Boston's going to do to guard LeBron is they're going to do different switches. You're going to see Smart get the assignment probably first. Marcus Smart will be one of the guys that try to guard him first to throw him out. Then they're going to put in with Brown. Brown is more athletic, so on the switches, he'll have Brown. LeBron's going to try to do a pick and roll where he can get Rozier on him when Rozier's playing. He wants to get Rozier, anybody smaller on him, because that's what LeBron does when he plays 4 out. Now that Kyle Korver is starting, they have to watch the way they switch with Kyle Korver and not let Kyle Korver get going. Because your main concern is going to be to stop him. He doesn't get anything. Run him off the three-point line, you have no problems. LeBron James and Kyle Korver, that's it. JR, all you have to do is stand up on him. He's not coming towards the paint. Everything's going to be a catch and shoot with him. You can live and die with JR shooting. Kevin Love, you got to take him out of the game. Kevin Love cannot get 30 points on you. He cannot get 20-plus points on you. You got to keep Kevin Love within a 12, 14 points, tops. That's it for Kevin Love. Keep the game at a Boston's pace, meaning pick LeBron James up, throw his tempo off. Don't let him get in his rhythm. He likes to dribble the ball up, get that running start, look around the court. You have to take those options away. And Boston has the bodies to do it. They know how to get up on LeBron, throw him feints to make him think, throw his rhythm off to where he just can't throw the ball from one end of the court all the way to the other side. LeBron's gift, and this is because he's athletic. LeBron is very athletic and he's very strong. So what I mean by that is he can take a one-hand pass, sorry about that, throw from one end of the court all the way to a corner over there, whip the ball over there with one arm without having to throw a lob pass. He could just bullet pass it straight across. So you have to be able to guard against that by having size. That's why he likes to switch and get little point guards on him. Because he know he could take a little point guard in, he could see over the top, so he could throw his passes while he drive, kick. He could see and have no disruptions. LeBron gives a lot of his turnovers when he's trying to force the action and people take away his options. When you drive, LeBron likes to drive from the left. On the right, when he drives, he likes to finish with a layup. If he drives from the left, he's going to shoot. He's going to step back left and shoot. He's not going to finish with a layup coming from the left side of the court. When he comes on the left side, he's going to step back and shoot, or he's going to pass. He's not going to finish with a layup. He doesn't do a lot of left-hand layups, period. So you would never have to worry about him going towards the basket to complete a shot. If he's on the left, he's driving, he's looking for a jump shot, or he's looking for a pass. Normally, most of his turnovers come on the left side because what he does is he fakes like he's going to drive. If he doesn't think he has the length for the shot, nobody's going for the fake and they stay home. He jumps in the air and tries to make a pass while he's in the air. And everybody gets out and guards their men, and he normally turns the ball over. You have to know how LeBron plays in order to do this. Draymond knows him like a book. He knows, Golden State knows, when LeBron does that move, he drives left, he realizes nobody's going for the fake, he got nowhere to go, he's either got to shoot a hard, tough jump shot, fading to his left, or make a pass because he jumps in the air. They know to guard the guys. They back up off LeBron and they start guarding people because he's looking for somewhere to go with the ball. He's in the air. This has happened, and LeBron has done this all season long, and we saw the jump in the air turnover pass. This is how Boston wins. Limit your turnovers, increase theirs. Make it a slow, drag-out half-court game. You don't have to beat them in transition. Boston transitions will come with turnovers. That's how it happens, with turnovers. Every time that Cleveland turn over the ball, Tatum has got to be aggressive and he got to dunk the damn ball. Stop trying to finger roll right at the rim, hitting the back iron. Dunk the ball. Dunk the ball. See what Boston does that makes them very dangerous is that when you get the ball off the pick and rolls, they reach. Normally they say when you reach, they teach. As soon as you do that, a hand comes in. Whether it's smart or whatever, they put a hand in there to disrupt you, to try to knock the ball free. Anybody get it? The guy knows to break out. They play team basketball. They do a lot of handoff passes. And with handoff passes is normally when the player run behind them and you hand them the ball. So it's not a lot of room for you to get a steal and take over. They do some passes too that's out of the ordinary, but the problem is their length, they're athletic, and they're strong, and they can shoot in the paint. Morris will take the assignment on LeBron James from the second quarter on. When they get to the second quarter, that's when you bring the meat to LeBron. Morris is a guy LeBron's going to have to guard because Morris gonna get the ball. He's gonna be looking to score. There's no breaks for LeBron in this game. Even when Baines is in the game, that's the guy LeBron's gonna try to guard so he can get some win. Like, I'm gonna guard Baines. They ain't gonna give you the ball. Baines get that ball. Boom! Oh my God! Boom! Baines! Everybody on Boston will touch the ball. This would make LeBron shift from one end to the other. The pick and rolls, run LeBron through picks, make him use every last bit of his legs. If when you make LeBron use his legs, it weakens him in the third and fourth quarter. Halftime don't work when you're 30s. You don't get it back in the second half. Be like, I need this halftime. I'm gonna be ready to go in the second half. No, second half start. Cleveland has had the biggest collapses when it's the third and fourth quarter. That's just it. Third and fourth quarter, they're not very good teams. They were up 14 points, and LeBron had to come back and hit a game-winning shot in order for them to win in game 3. They were up like 14 points, 17. Toronto came back. People forget about that because LeBron hit the game-winning shot, but they lost the big lead in the third and fourth quarter. So here's the point. Boston is trying to never give you that opportunity. Boston's going to play a close game. That's how they play. They know how to win these close games, and they don't panic in these close situations. By having this playoff experience with their young guys like Tatum, whose probably emotions might be a little too high for the moment, but he'll settle down as the game get going. You got guys who are not nervous. You got my man Rozier, who's Keith Murray's illegitimate son somewhere. Keith Murray, you better get that DNA test. That's your son. So, so you look at Rozier coming in there. He plays. He's fearless. He played like he's been playing for 16 years. Dude's a vet, and he knows how to throw the Cavs off balance. They can have big Cavs got big guards, but they can't guard anybody. Like this is what I mean. Jeff Green can't keep them off the dribble. He can't guard Tatum off the dribble. Brown can take him off the dribble. Tatum can take him off the dribble. Rozier can take them point guards off the dribble. So you got 3 guys on the court that can take you off the dribble. Plus, you have Big Al. Tristan Thompson can't guard Big Al. So if you got Tristan Thompson on Big Al will take him to the top of the key. He'll drop him off for 3. Then if you guard Big Al, he'll put the ball on the floor. He'll put the ball on the floor and drive towards the basket. Big Al could take the ball, put it on the floor, and drive towards the basket. Now, Big Al gets towards the basket. He don't necessarily shoot. And that's not normal for a big man. When a big man gets down there and they throw pump fakes, they try to go up the score. Not in Boston. What Boston does is they get you down there. If you're dumb enough to foul them, you're dumb. But if you do this, if Big Al goes up for a pump fake normally, there's a slasher that comes off the weak side. It's normally Tatum or it's Brown. They both slash, or it's Tatum and it's Smart. Tatum comes first, normally, off the weak side. So if the pump fake's there, boom, he's looking for Tatum. Tatum will go up. If he missed, Smart's job is cleanup. Smart is coming for the cleanup. So if Tatum missed, Smart's there to get the tip. Cleveland don't box out. They're a terrible rebounding team. People omit this because they've been playing teams that have allowed them to have success. Indiana was successful because they're a great rebounding team. Plus, they have athletic bodies that could guard LeBron James. LeBron James did not have a good finals against the Indiana Pacers. You guys omitted that. 7 games. Cleveland did not play great in no game. That's the truth. Game 1 against Toronto did not play great. They didn't play great until game 2. Then 3, then 4. Then there you go. They played their last 3 games. They played pretty good because it was Toronto. Now you playing a team in which the NBA got to figure out how they're going to screw Boston, because Boston's a better team. Period. They are. They're just a better team. Cleveland has a bunch of individual one-on-one players who play in systems. Kelly Clarkson, no one's concerned about him. What he wants to do is play one-on-one playground basketball, shoot the three, all of these different things. That's his game. That's fine. But when he's not hitting and he's dribbling too much, he's killing a lot of the clock, he ends up throwing up or turning over the ball. He's not your concern. Just keeping him from adding to a points total is your main goal. Stay with your main focal points of keeping them shut down, and this game is over. Rodney Hood, when he's in the game, keep him frustrated. Keep him struggling to make shots. Keep him angry with the team. Keep him disgruntled. Make it hard for him to score, because you know mentally they have a problem. So when you have a disgruntled player on another team, he's going to do the work for you. Send him back to that bench disgruntled so he can continue to take his frustrations out with LeBron and everybody else who want to put somebody else in his place. Play off that. Keep him frustrated. Let him know about it in his head. Like, man, you better than this. I'd have been gave you the ball. I know, right? I've done that plenty of times on the court. Plenty of times. Mental game. I'll be like, man, you was open there. He missed the whole time, man. I was asleep on that play. You would have scored on me. I know. He ain't never looking. So all he's thinking about is passing it to this fool. I'll be like, yep, I see it. You got to know how to mentally get in the head of the other player. Use that against you. You talk to him, get in his ear. Let him take that back to his bench and say, man, y'all ain't looking for me. I've been open 3 times. Y'all ain't gave me the ball. Let them do the work. You got to learn that this game is about mental. Oh, yeah, I already put the video out to show you and tell you about the beef. And everybody want to copy off of it and make some dumb stuff up. But I told you, this has been going on since he got fouled hard in Utah. He fouled LeBron hard. LeBron thought he was tough. Like, yeah, let's get hood. But it was the Mitchell show. And, you know, it's a whole big story with that. But I've already covered it, so we're done there. Now, this is what Boston has to do. Don't get into a shootout with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Don't think we got a run and gun. That's not your game. Only score when you got to transition off turnovers. Other than that, you run your offense half court. Make LeBron work for everything. Don't let him get a chance to bring the ball up, look around, fix his shirt. Run up on him. Have Smart run up on his butt. Because as soon as Smart run up on him like this, LeBron gonna do this. He got to turn his back early. Have him turn his back early and bring the ball up. Make him work. If he gonna bring that ball up, you jump on him. Play defense. Don't be afraid to take chances. Stick your hand out and reach. If they call the fouls, then you dictate to how they're calling the game. But don't be scared to play it because you think they're gonna call it. You got to come and take it from them. Boston don't need the 3-point shots. Boston have won games against teams that shoot the 3 better than them. Philly shot the 3 better than Boston, but Boston shot better than them in the playoff series. Why? Because they knew how to defend the 3. You take the 3 when it's there. Don't go into a 3-point, we're going to just start jacking up 3s. All their losses have been that way. When Boston lose a game, it's when they just say, forget it, man. Let's just jack up some 3s. We miss it, but I don't know. One of them going to go. Stop jacking up 3s when you don't have to. The Cavs will give you the paint. They give you the middle of the floor. Take it. That's how Toronto lost. The main key to the Toronto Raptors losing is because They needed a 2. They shooting threes. They needed 1 point. They shooting threes. Stop shooting threes. The Cavs will give you the paint. They knew all we got to do is guard the 3. And that's it. Everybody's like, LeBron's at an all-time high. And doing what? Scoring on a bunch of rookies? You got OG, ain't nobody out there. It's his rookie year. He guarding LeBron James. Like, what do I do? You see his feet work ain't even right. They got one guy straight out of Nigeria. Like they dropped him off in a crate. And see, I can like, I'm fresh from Nigeria. I'm happy to be here. Can I play the game? Okay. Where do I go? These guys are new. They will be okay one day. But as of right now, that's it. This is where they are right now. So to market and sell the game, they got LeBron James versus Brad Stevens. I told you they was going to do it. All the promotion you've been watching right now on ESPN, you've been watching, what's those other guys that's on TV? Fox Sports 1 with that Nick Rohn guy and Chris Carter. I don't even need to see a clip. I already know he's doing a LeBron James marathon. He's just ODing on LeBron right now. And LeBron is better than anything else. And LeBron. But I guarantee you when he talks Boston, he's talking Brad Stevens. I guarantee you every talk show, when they're talking about Boston, they're talking about Brad Stevens. As if this is the only coach in the history of mankind who only can teach defense. I mean, I understand it, the marketing angle. The NBA is a business. I understand how the business works. Okay, my job is to tell you guys the truth through all the BS and lies. Okay. Now the BS is that Brad Stevens is the main key component here. He's a very key part because he can teach defense and he physically gets out there on the court with the players and teach defense. He gets out there and worked with Kyrie on his defense. He worked with all his players. That's why they're in the top defensive categories as individual defenders. They know how to disrupt you. Now, Kevin Love has to be taken out of the game. Once Kevin Love is taken out mentally, it puts a lot of pressure on LeBron to be offensive. He's going to be looking for Kyle Korver, but he's looking to be offensive. Now, if Big Al gets it going in the paint, him and Baines, you got a problem. That's going to create a much bigger problem than they thought. But I know LeBron's strategy. They're not too concerned with Baines. Their whole concern is Big Al. Because on offense, Big Al dictates a lot of offense, passing from the top of the key, passing from the middle of the paint. Big Al is, you want to have Big Al on each side of the wing. You want Big Al from the elbow to the other elbow, try to throw a pass from one end all the way to the other, and he'll turn it over if he's doing that. You want to put him in uncomfortable positions to be the head point guy. See, that's what you guys miss. A lot of teams miss. They don't know how to play Boston. Boston confused people when they play their team. When they play their systems, they confuse everybody. People are like, well, how do we guard them? Like, who's the point guard? They have no point guard. Big Al is really the point guard. And it throws you off because he's the guy making the passes. He's the guy that's really making these passes and running the offense through Big Al. Boom, boom. Get that ball to Big Al. Pop. Big Al pop the 3. Bang. You be like, I thought he was going to pass. Nah, Big Al could drop you. He's the key. It's very confusing to teams because Rozier come in, you think he's running the point. He's not. He's going to drop you off. Pop, pop, pop. Might take your ankle with him. Ah! He ain't playing no games. They are here to compete. They are here to beat you. And Boston will play. That's the thing about them. They could be down 20. They could be down 30. Boston is going to play you and play you till you can't play anymore. They are not playing around. They're here to shut your whole team down. Whatever you running is shut down. And that's why they get my respect. Oh, you talking about the game where they first got those guys? Yeah. That ain't the last time. That was just the last time they were on the floor. Of course, that's the marketing plan of the NBA to compare LeBron to Michael Jordan using the stupidest statistics in the world. You can't. There's nothing you can do. No matter how many times you go around the board, you look at the 6 championship rings, no losses compared to LeBron, who's been there 8 times and have only won 3. You've already lost. You've already lost. Okay. Can you tell me when has LeBron James has been all time, all team defense, first team? How many times have he been first team all defense? How many defensive player of the year awards have he gotten? Michael Jordan got MVP and defensive player of the year in the same year. And he won the scoring title that year. Three. Three. Tell LeBron to win a scoring title, MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. Can he do? He can't win Defensive Player of the Year right now. That's in the discussion. There's nothing else even to discuss. You can't be the greatest player of all time when you don't even play defense. You can't play D. So how are you the greatest? All the greatest players play defense. Kobe Bryant was playing D. He's a way better defender than Kobe. I mean, than LeBron. Him and Jordan, they laugh at this. How would y'all even fall for something like that? A guy who scores on a layup, then go down the court and do this. And just wait to get the ball back. What kind of guy is that? Because he knows that y'all are stupid. You guys are growing up in the tech era. It's not your fault you're stupid. I just want to let you know it's not your fault. They want to keep you stupid. They tell it's you growing up in electronic era where it's just stats. 24, 13, 12, 44, 13, 2. Stats. He scored 37 points in 2 quarters in a row. Stats. LeBron has broke a record. Nice since Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Magic Johnson. Has there been 7 assists in a 2-minute span in the third quarter? So when they keep making up crazy stats and then try to say he's broken another Michael Jordan record, I'm like, I've never heard Michael Jordan even having that record. They create these records, stupid stuff. And then they have a celebration for it. Like, yeah, I'm just happy to get another milestone. It's like, are you kidding? Michael Jordan played 82 games a year. Like what? He played what, 13 years? He done it like 9, 10 seasons. LeBron just did that for the first season. It's like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? And we got to applaud him for playing 82 games. You're supposed to play 82 games. That's what I'm saying. You guys are ridiculous right now. Ridiculous talking to this LeBron stuff. You guys are ridiculous. Oh man, it's crazy. Exactly. So I tried to wake all the LeBron idiots up. Now we can get back to business. Let's say the game is close, which it should be. I don't expect this to be a massive blowout. I expect it to be a contested game. Boston can win tight games. They're very good at winning tight games. Why? Because they play within the system and they play within themselves. They don't get into a panicky state where they got to start jacking up shots. And that comes from having a good coach. So this is where Brad Stevens comes into play. He gets the guys to run their plays. They have set plays when they're down certain points, plays that they do that they go towards the basket. They score everything within that within that circle. All their points should be coming in there. And they run plays to get to the basket, get fouled, and get to the line. Because they know if they're down, the clock is their enemy. They need to get the clock on their side by having it stop. Running plays that will get you a foul is getting the ball to the next level. You see, what they realize is that you have to go before the double team or you pass it when the double team comes. Kyrie makes the mistake, and so does Isaiah Thomas. And this is what got Boston in a lot of trouble last year. You can't make a living splitting the double teams. It's a hard way to make a living, bro. Splitting the double team when the double team's approaching and you just decide to cut through the double team, you're probably going to trip and fall, turn over, or you're going to injure yourself trying to split the two. When two guys come to you, the defenders know now we got the advantage. It's 4-on-3. We got a one-man advantage. Once they step up, your man got to step back. You know you got a 4-on-3 advantage. They only got 3 guys out there, and you got 4. They're at a disadvantage on the double team. So when you get the double team, you step out and you look to make that quick pass to the guy that's ahead of you. Now it's his job, bang, to get the ball right there in the paint. Normally that's Big Al. Big Al gets the paint. He can see the whole floor. And when he puts it down like he's going to go up to score, the team collapses. So he pump fakes, get in position. If he doesn't get fouled, he makes the dish off to the slasher. And they go up strong because they got the numbers. You're all position. The 2 guys in the back who was doing the double team, now they got to run up. And if Rozier's open at the top of the key, sometimes the ball get caught. They try to recover right away, and they'll leave Rozier. And then they make the pass back, catch, shoot. Cleveland is horrible in transition defense and rotating. So that's what Stevens is going to make them do, rotate. They're going to have to get good on the spot. And when you got somebody high like JR, you want them arguing with each other. You know, oh, who we on offense. Oh, give me the ball. JR, what you doing? Then on defense, he can't guard nobody. He too high. So his reflexes are slow. As soon as he get in position, he get. Oh, so you know you can get by JR whenever you want. It's not a problem. You can cross him, get to the basket. Now you have Tatum, who can take him off the dribble. You got all these guys that can take the defenders off. Kyle Korver can't guard Tatum. He can't. All these guys can take you off the dribble. That's how they beat Philly. I told you they're going to beat Philly because they can take guys, their weak side defenders can all get taken off the dribble. Bellinari, Saric, they can't guard Boston. Those guys are too athletic and they can get to the next level. So that forces the other guy who's playing defense. Now he got to come over and help. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Joel Embiid. Told you. Now, You're going to see that implemented yet again. Cleveland's going to have to go to their more athletic sets. Jeff Green's going to have to be able to defend, and they got to find a guy that he can stay in front of, because Jeff Green got, he got bad knees. So this ain't the series for you, because Tatum will piss on you in this series. He's going to the basket. He's going to pull up a three, or he's going to go to the basket. But Tatum, please, if you listen to this, dunk the ball. I ain't got time for you to mess up my bread, bro. Especially game one. I went heavy on the seeds. We need this money, baby. Let's get this bread. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? LeBron James voice. Oh, don't worry. They can be trolls. They going to be trolls when he trolling down that tunnel. LeBron loses again, and now the question is, where will LeBron go next year? And you know what I'm going to say when he lose? Again? You know what I'm going to say when he lose again? Why don't you tell him what I'm going to say? Tell him. Tell him in your Cleveland accent. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? LeBron James boys. I might be at the elimination game. And when he walking back in that locker room, I'm going to lean through the rail and I'm going to say, Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? LeBron James boys. Yeah. I might do the whole song in front of him. Y'all can call him King James. I'm going to say whatever. I'm rolling with Kai. He bringing back the balling era. Can't trust LeBron. He can't guard a stick. That's why Kyrie took his bags and decided to split. The NBA's got all of these new kids, and they playing like they don't care who LeBron is. I know he got the block, but I'm cooler with the shooter. That's why after Kyrie got that ring, he said, I'm through with you. The league making these changes because of LeBron, and he's still complaining. He got 5 players with no jump shots, and they still trash, and he still ass. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? LeBron James voice. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? LeBron James voice. Yeah. We getting ready, baby. We got 2 more days. Let's get it. Let's get it. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. How am I disappointed again? They lost last year, right? They tough, right? LeBron James voice. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. I'm just waiting for LeBron to hit that podium. Well, we had our opportunities. It's kind of a disappointing season. Obviously we thought we was going to the finals. I can't wait. I'm gonna play this video back. That's all I gotta do is play this video back, and I'm gonna say, LeBron, this who beat you. Garcia. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. I love it. I love it. See, I don't mind it one bit. I understand this is the game. This is what people want to run. No problems here. Look, man, I get it more than you guys probably would ever fathom or understand or know. I get it. I get it, B. Oh, thanks for the donation, y'all. Appreciate that. Who had better teammates? Well, I would say LeBron, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you say LeBron had better teammates than Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan couldn't even get Bugs Bunny on his team. The Bulls wasn't having it. Think of you talking about no. You said LeBron had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Both of them gonna go in the hall. He didn't have Shaq on the team before. He didn't had a host of every player in the world. Dwayne Wade. Come on, man. Look at all the players he didn't have. John Paxson, BJ Armstrong, Scotty. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? John Paxson. Is John Paxson ever make an all-star game? Was he ever close? Was he even in the all-star? Did they even make a John Paxson jersey? See, back then, you had to be a player. You had to be somebody before they made a jersey of you. Nowadays, they just make a jersey for everybody. But no, you had to be somebody. They didn't even make John Paxson jersey. You wouldn't know who John Paxson was if he didn't hit those threes. Steve Kerr didn't even have a jersey. Have Kerr ever averaged double digits in his whole playing career? So you would say Steve Kerr and Kyle Korver are the same player. I don't think Steve Kerr even averaged 10 points a game. Now Horace Grant was an all-star for like 2 years. For like what, 2, 3 years maybe? Then he was done, but yeah, he was good. Dennis Rodman they got because he was a superstar. And that's why they won those 3 championships. Dennis Rodman, the Rodzilla, the man with the greatest winning percentage in NBA history. I don't know about now, but back then he was. He was the highest winning percentage of a player that you ever had. 5 NBA championships, 2 with the Bad Boy Pistons, 3 with the Bulls. He played for the Bulls 3 seasons. He won 3 NBA championships. Boom. That's right, averaging 20 boards a game. Rodzilla, baby. And he kicked it every night. He went out and kicking it every night and still was killing people. D'ing up everybody, shutting Shaq down, everybody, man. You kidding me? LeBron got 15 players. He coming to the league with 15 players. He don't travel nowhere by himself. He came to Cleveland. All you idiots fall for that marketing. He came there and revamped the entire team. You all got the internet right now. Go and look at this year before LeBron came to Cleveland. Look at that team Kyrie had. And then on your other window, I want you to go and pull up the roster the very next year. And I want you to count how many of those players on that team from the year before is on that team the next year with LeBron. You're going to see 4 people. If that. Everybody else, gone. 15 players he came into the league with. 15 new players he came when he left Miami and came to Cleveland. He brought 15 new players, including Kevin Love. They went and got some other people, Mike Miller, and brought all them people over there. 15. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate the love, man. He brought 15 players over. That's crazy. You bring 15 players over with you, and you want to say you the best player in the world? How? Right. He cried for everything. Okay, here it is. Somebody said, what was the Bulls record after MJ won three and left versus LeBron, Heat, and Cavs? When Michael Jordan left the team, he didn't leave the team and leave everybody else behind. When Michael Jordan left the Bulls still had a nucleus in place. You see what I'm saying? The Bulls still had a core team in place that have been playing for years. See, this is what you don't understand. And this is why you act like I'm saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. He's not. He's just better than LeBron. I told you, Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III is better than all of them. Period. Y'all don't listen to me. But I'm glad you're bringing this up because Michael Jordan was a very key component to them. That's the reason why they didn't win the championship that year. But they won 55 games because they were one of the only teams left that still had their nucleus. They had a system. So even though Michael wasn't there to score, they had Horace that could pick up some scoring. They had Tony come off the bench. It was his rookie year. He was winning a lot of games at the buzzer. They had a nucleus in place because everybody knew their system. They only lost one player. When LeBron leave a team, how many other players are gone? When LeBron plays basketball, he has the ball at least 60 to 70% of the time. Michael Jordan don't always bring the ball up. They have somebody else do that. So Michael can go to spots. They play entirely different games. LeBron plays like a point guard who could only see the court if he's looking like this. He can't play with his back to the basket like that and run the game. Michael can play with his back to the basket. He knows what guys at. He can feel the deep. Anything he needed to do. But see, they played organized basketball. They didn't play street ball where one guy's trying to be the guy that's going to get the rebounds. He's going to get the assists. He's going to get the points. You playing that style of basketball, that's what you're going to do. So Michael Jordan never set out to lead in rebounds. What the hell you got Dennis Rodman for? Why I'm gonna try to lead the league in rebounds and I got Dennis Rodman here? Why I'm gonna try to lead the team in rebounds and I got Horace Grant here? They got a job to do. Scottie Pippen's leading in assists because damn, what else he gonna do? He ain't gonna shoot. So it's good that he can control the ball and get to certain spots. See, that's the way the game of basketball is played. You guys are brainwashed into thinking one player is supposed to do every damn thing. Yep, they won 55 games with helps for the referees and everybody else. But see, free agency had destroyed the league. There wasn't too many teams together no more. So people had to try to forge teams to make teams. The Bulls were the only teams that still had their nucleus. That's how they won three championships. Everybody else was broken up into pieces. The NBA started bringing in new teams. You had the Timberwolves, you got the Orlando Magic, you got the Miami Heat, all these expansion teams that came in, Toronto. So when you brought in the expansion teams, it broke up teams. They took players from other teams, so now people got to try to rebuild and rebuild around core players. That's how you have to do. The Bulls won because they were one of the only teams that were there that was still a team. I know Bron played with all these people that have been in All-Star games. He wouldn't have won anything. Michael Jordan in the finals and 6 finals he's been in, he's only had one time Scottie Pippen averaged 22 points. Nobody else has ever averaged 20 points in the game series with Michael Jordan. Not one. Not one. Scottie Pippen averaged 22 points one time in one series. Besides that, nobody else has ever done it. Nobody ever done it. Period. But LeBron had Kyrie averaged 20 and he averaged like 26 points, almost 28 against Golden State Warriors. He had Dwayne Wade, who averaged 20, he averaged like 26 points when he played for the Heat. Yep. So you got two guys right there that was averaging 20s with bronze. Kyrie averaged 20 in every playoff series he was in. So now, when it gets hot, let's see what happens with LeBron. I am a Detroit Pistons fan, but I'm also anybody against LeBron James. It's funny how you say the Bulls had a stacked team. No, they had a team that been playing with each other for years. See, it's not about having a stacked team. It's about continuity, knowing each other. Everybody know their roles. The Bulls played together the longest period of time, so they knew each other. Bill Cartwright, look what they won with: John Paxson, Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. That's the ugliest starting five I've ever seen. Bill Cartwright, the dude that took 6 years, it took him 14 seconds to get a shot off. And who did they have coming off the bench? You had Craig Hodges on the bench. You had BJ Armstrong on the bench, Will Purdue, Ed Neely. I mean, Judd Bushlers. Get the heck out of here. The Bulls had nobody, man. They were a bunch of nobodies. I'm sorry, they had Cliff Livingston for like 2 of those championships, or maybe even 3, but Cliff Livingston, they had him on the team. Now, come on. Are we going to really talk here? Scott Williams, Cliff Livingston. So please stop with all this. Chicago Bulls was the dominant team. They weren't. They were a garbage team. They only won because they had continuity. They've been playing with each other for so long. They all knew their roles. Basketball was played differently. It was played as a professional game, organized. Everybody had a role to do. See, no one brings that up on these crazy shows. And that's the problem. That today you got one individual trying to do everything. I got to shoot all the threes. I got to be getting my 10 assists. I got to get the rebounds. No, that's what you pay him for. That's why Russell Westbrook is sitting at home like this. Because he ain't let Steven Adams do his job. If Steven Adams was out there crashing the boards, getting the rebounds, and kicking it out, you got the fast break because you're ahead. If Steven Adams get the ball and you already almost at half court, he can outlet the ball to you. You got them at a disadvantage. But you down in the paint with him trying to get a rebound so to boost your stats. So when you get the ball, all the defenders are ahead of you. It's common sense basketball. What are you? You're the point guard. You're supposed to be ahead. If this was happening on any other team, this wouldn't even happen. No, see, you guys get confused. See, there's the 91 to 93 Chicago Bulls, and then there's the 96 to 98 Chicago Bulls, which are two entirely different teams. Now, here's the situation. The 96 Chicago Bulls, when Michael Jordan came back to the team, they had veteranship on this team and they kept a nucleus. Like they were going to trade Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan said, do not trade Scottie Pippen or BJ Armstrong. John Paxson went there for the last three. Bill Cartwright was gone. There was no more Paxson, no more Bill Cartwright. They were gone. They were off that team. Okay. So now you got no more Corey Blunt. All that's over. Now you got a whole new team. In 96, Michael came back in that 95 year and played with those guys and said, okay, that's done. Paxson's out of here. What's his name's out of here? Cartwright's done. Paxson's done. It's time for a whole new revamping. They came in with Dennis Rodman because they knew what they needed. They knew what they were missing. Michael Jordan went and worked out and got his legs back into the game. They had Corey Blunt, whatever, but no, they had to get Rodman. Rodman so he can guard Horace Grant. Dennis Rodman, they had another long guy who could defend and play the point, which was Ron Harper. He went from two guard to just basically playing the point, but Ron was good with defense. He couldn't fly and glide no more, but he was still Ron Harper. So he can handle the ball. They had Bill Winnington, who was really good, and Luke Longley from Australia, who was also very good in the paint. Two really, big men that could handle the ball. So you needed that. Yeah, Dickie Simpkins, somebody on the bench. But yeah, the five, they tore through the league. 96, they tore the league apart. Why? Because you got guys who were veterans who knew the game. They've been playing for so long, they could play with anybody if you put them on the team. So Dennis Rodman anchoring your defense? Are you kidding? Michael Jordan didn't have to do that much. It was so easy. Tony Kukoc, after playing with Tony and seeing how he did with Michael for those little 18 games in the playoffs, he saw that Tony could play. He was like, okay, Tony Kukoc could play. So we're going to keep Tony and play with him now. And we know how Tony Kukoc played. So Tony and Michael played really good off each other. They were unbeatable. Oh, Coach Randy Brown. Because you're not even changing. Let me ask you this. If you're Oh, well, they finna bring in I think we're supposed to get Donkey's supposed to be talking pretty soon. Or maybe not. Kobe is the Messiah. uh, Carson Wentz is the reason you guys were in the playoffs. Do you think you would have got there with Nick Foles? That's the question you need to ask yourself. In the 16 games that you have to play to get to the playoffs, do you think Nick Foles, if they would have had a whole scouting report on Nick Foles, people know what he could do. He snuck people in the playoffs because they getting to see Nick Foles now when they've been preparing for another player. And they're like, wait a minute. Now we got to switch to Foles. But I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl. I definitely don't want to talk about the Super Bowl. So, who do you think are going to be the star player to be the difference maker in this series? Let's hear from y'all, the fans. I want to hear y'all comparisons and thoughts. How they compare to the 96 Celtics? The 96 Celtics had more depth. So they would have beat the 96 Bulls. People don't understand or realize that the MVP of the NBA Finals was really Dennis Rodman. He beat the Seattle Supersonics. They wouldn't have won. They would not have won that series if it wasn't for Dennis Rodman. Where do I rank LeBron James as an all-time basketball player? I don't know. I can't go that far down the list. We probably 70 something, probably in the 70s, 60s, or something like that. He's not even top 50. He's not even top 50. LeBron James is not the best player in the NBA right now. You got him at 33rd? Okay, well, at least you're being realistic. LeBron not even top 10. I can name 10 players in the league that's probably better than him right now. If it wasn't for Kawhi Leonard was better than him. Kevin Durant's better than him. Steph Curry's better than him. I mean, my goodness, how many more players do you need? Why in the world? He's not even the best player in the league. Did LeBron lead the league in assists this year? He was 320th in defense. Did he lead the league in steals? Did he lead the league in rebounds? Did he lead the league in scoring? What did he do? What did he do? My gosh, you guys are insane. So you tell me right now, okay, all right, let's hear it right now. You could pick Kevin Durant or LeBron James. Let's say you got a basketball, you picking your team. First pick of your team. You got Kevin Durant available, LeBron James. Who you picking? All you idiots that pick LeBron, you're gonna lose. Now, if you want to just play the game and have fun, then you pick LeBron. You want to win championships, you get Kevin Durant. So the majority of the people here pick Kevin Durant. Okay? Allen Iverson or LeBron James? Who would you pick? Right. So you got Allen Iverson. Look at that. AI all day. Nobody is picking LeBron. So that tells you right there. That's two players that I just picked. And that's just two. I ain't even go through the Jordans, the Kobe's, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, the players you don't even know, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, the players you have no idea about. We ain't even got there. Believe me, he's not even top 10. Nowhere near that list. You have not earned the right to talk about anybody in my chat who's donating. I mean, Allen Iverson literally had nobody and carried them to the NBA Finals. Now, that's somebody who had no help. All he had was McGee and Eric Snow, Matt Geiger, and they gave him Dikembe Mutombo and thought, all right, they got Mutombo. Now they can win the NBA championship. With Dikembe Mutombo, he don't score. Better check your oil. Iverson didn't even win the NBA Finals, but he's most known in the NBA Finals. But hitting a shot on this dumb coach here, Tyrone Lue. Tyrone Lue got a championship ring that year and got stepped over by Allen Iverson. That shot has become the most synonymous shot of all times, and nobody talked about the NBA Finals. Everybody was on the basketball court trying to do Allen Iverson's move. That was fact. People didn't even buy the NBA jersey. They had the Reebok Iverson 3. Did y'all remember that? The Reebok Iverson 3, the black. People didn't even buy the NBA jersey Iverson. You bought the Reebok 3 Iverson shirt with the Iverson shoes and everybody on the shorts trying to do the move on this court. Iverson made it fun to cross somebody over and try to break them legs. That was it. The Tyrone Lue play in the finals, the shot on Michael Jordan, and people don't even realize it's like he lost both. Well, he won that game, but they lost in the finals, and then they lost there. It didn't matter. History was made. History was made. So I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen at the end. Oh, Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III was the greatest basketball player to ever exist. The greatest thing you've ever seen. From the playgrounds, from 8th grade, from 6th grade, from 7th grade. He was beating high schoolers when he was that young playing on the court, destroying them on the west side of Chicago, where all the players used to come from. Went to St. Joseph, won a championship, high school, that championship. Went to Indiana, won national championship, best player, one most valuable player of the entire series. He cut down the net. Done. Came to the pros, came to the Detroit Pistons, the absolute worst team in basketball. Okay, number 2 pick in the draft. His best friend, also from Chicago, Mark Aguirre, went #1 to Dallas. Him and Mark, they won an NBA championship together in Detroit. 2, as a matter of fact, back to back. They went to the finals 3 straight years. He did. Isaiah Thomas is by far the greatest basketball mind you've ever seen. He played through the Magic, Bird, and Michael era. Matter of fact, he's beat them more times than they've ever beat him. Nobody has beaten Michael Jordan more. Well, probably Larry Bird, but Larry and them kind of left out early in Michael's career. But Bird and them beat them more times than they beat him. Isaiah has beat Larry Bird, Michael Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan more times than they've ever beat him. Yet he was the odd man out because he came from a city in Detroit. He came from the underground, and he came and made it. He came and made it. He put Detroit on the map. That's a champion. When he came and ruined the glamour party of the NBA, they rebelled against the NBA and won. How could you not root for a guy like that? He come from the inner city of Chicago. He's my height. He fought the league and won. They wanted Raiders jerseys. They were like, y'all don't want to honor us. Y'all don't want to give us our respect. Fine, we don't care. We're going to beat y'all anyway because we're the better team. They had everybody who had assignments. Everybody had a name. They had their own first NBA team with a plane. Are you kidding? We were staying at 5-star hotels while y'all was staying at Best Western. See, y'all don't know the NBA. Now y'all think that that's the norm in the NBA. Everybody got a team. Every team they own a jet, team jet. That wasn't normal. Round Ball 1 was the first plane of the NBA. And it was by Bill Davison, who's a progressive thinker. And Bill said, my players need to be treated like stars. He flew them into their games. They Pistons had their own jet, the very first team. We didn't stay at regular hotels. We stayed at 5-star hotels every city we went to because they were stars. They went all the other teams busting it in, coming off the bus, taking bus trips. It's like, are you crazy? You finna bust it in? What's the point? That means we were the trendsetters. Everybody copied off us. And we were the team from the ground up. And we had the best team in the world. The best NBA basketball team ever assembled. With players that nobody wanted. Daddy Rich, Chuck Daly. That best coach in basketball history. Best player in basketball history. Best defensive player in basketball history. The only Hall of Fame backcourt. Can you name another one that started together, that both got drafted there and both finished their careers at the same team with one team? Both of them in the Hall of Fame. And you have no more Hall of Fame backcourt. None. You got what? We was talking about this, Walt Frazier, but they didn't start there. And Earl the Pearl Monroe, but they didn't really make their careers in New York. Their careers was made somewhere else. They got drafted here and won Hall of Fame backcourt. Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, both in the Hall of Fame. You can't name another Hall of Fame backcourt. Parker's still playing and Ginobili still playing. Jerry West and Gail Goodrich. Okay. How many years ago was that? Joe Dumars is the most underrated two guard in basketball history. He said they won in '84. I stopped. The Boston Celtics was who the Pistons had to get by. The Boston Celtics were dominant because they had a great coaching system. They had a great team in place. But the time for us to be there was '86, '87. You got people don't realize how dominant we were. We were supposed to be there in '87. We beat ourselves. We didn't know how to close. We didn't know how to win. The very next year, we made sure that Boston was done. We put them in the grave that year in '88. That was our championship in '88. We got robbed when they called a foul and gave Kareem those two free throws because he missed the sky hook, which we knew he was going to do. And they robbed us of our championship when Isaiah scored them 25 points on one ankle. I take Shep from above the rim than LeBron James. Give me Shep, 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 Shep. Is Reggie Miller better than LeBron? Hell yeah. What you thinking about? It's Miller time. It's Miller time. What are you talking about? They named it after him. That man is nothing but clutch. You kidding? Penny better than LeBron? Absolutely. Uh, Way better than LeBron. Penny would have been he would have been the best player in basketball had he not got hurt. When Michael was playing, they were saying he's better than Michael Jordan. Sidney Dean, Sidney Dean, he wasn't even better than Wes. What's his name? Woody was pissing on him. Opie out here pissing on you. Shoot, Flight and Willie, that's what we need. Uh-huh. Been waiting for this all day. Uh-huh. I'm finna go to the 12th floor, drop you off at the 5th. Don't reach. Don't reach. I would take Grant Hill over LeBron. My top 10 greatest NBA players. Jeez, that's hard to do. Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III is number one. Oscar Robinson's number two. Um, from there, it gets real hazy. Uh, Bill Russell's on this list in the top 10, but you got Bill Russell on this list. Wilt is up there. I got Bill Russell ahead of Wilt. Larry Bird. Larry Bird would probably be at 3 on this list. So I know we got Isaiah Oscar Robinson. I was probably saying Larry Bird. Larry Bird. Then Bill Russell. Then Michael Jordan, and then Kobe and Michael is tied. They're like, and I got them tied. One day I pick Kobe, the next day I pick Michael. So Kobe and Michael are like 5'8", 5'6". You know, they're like tied right there at number 5. So 5 and 6 is just tied. but I'll go Michael Kobe. Uh, just because Mike was first. So Michael, then Kobe, then let me see. Michael, Kobe, Jerry West, 7. Uh, then Kareem is 8. Kareem is 8. And number 9 is Magic. Magic is 9. I think it's raining. Magic is 9. And then is Wilt Chamberlain is 10. Then I think I got Earl to Pearl at 11. Then Tim Duncan is 12. And my goodness. From there, it gets hazy. Hakeem is up there too. Don't get me wrong. But I got Tim Duncan over the Dream. That's because the Dream, he had a great run in the late part of his career. Then he hit the wall. And then Tim was consistent all throughout. Tim Duncan was just too consistent. There's no way I could put Dream above Tim Duncan. No, Elijah One's not better than Tim Duncan. I'm sorry. Elijah One is great, like the moves and all the shakes, the bakes. Dream, when he got it going, Dream had it going. But no. Timmy was a better defender than Elijah One. Elijah One was great. Don't get me wrong. Elijah One was outstanding. He's in that top list. He's out of all those centers in the 80s, I have him above Patrick Ewing. I have him above David Robinson. I have Elijah One over all of them. Patrick Ewing always gets put above him, but no. I always had Elijah One over Pat. But Tim Duncan was another level. Tim Duncan was a whole nother level, dog. You got to understand. Tim Duncan can get any shot he wanted on the court. He was only going to shoot it if he can make it. The fundamentals. He's the best passer outside of the post. Better than Elijah One. He was the kiss of death. That kiss off the rim, off the backboard through the net. Tim Duncan. David Robinson was good too. See, all those guys, you had to have a move. You had to have something to get to the next level. Other than that, you weren't gonna have anything. But no, I got Tim Duncan there. Then you could put Elijah One right after him at 13. And then from there, the list just it's all over the place, man. Because I know I had Gerald. I mean, I had Gerald. What's his name? Connie Hawkins is on the list. He's in the top 50. But I had Earl to Pearl Monroe, and I had George Gervin. Gervin would probably be 14 on my list. Uh, then I think I got Big Game James up there too. James Worthy. Big Game James is on that list high. Very high on the list. Yes, I had George Gervin before Dr. J. Yes. The Iceman, yes. The Iceman is up there before Dr. J. Detlef Shrimp. That's my guy, man. All you gotta do, all you gotta do is go look up George Gervin. You don't maybe you don't know who the Iceman was. I understand who Doc was at the time when he was in the ABA and all that stuff. But when he was in the NBA, he still wasn't the Iceman now. Kenny, you got up too soon. Go back to bed. It's okay. Go back to sleep. Yeah, Sabonis was nice, but nothing on this list. But I'm gonna shut this down. We've been going too long. We ready.